What's happening? Sucka Free, Rashad, Richey, and Friends. Nicole English, conservative Republican Mitchell Shelby.
Rashad, check one.
We good.
Yeah, we good.
We good, bro.
We have to have somebody.
Can I tell you? I'm good, but there's somebody who is not good. Damn that, Nicole. Damn that small talk. We got to get right into it.
You see me trying to slide it in.
No. We got to get right into
Our
this.
people love for us to talk about our weekend.
No, man. So we'll do that on the next segment.
Okay.
So there's a middle-aged black man.
That was my story.
Yeah, we need to talk about it, bro. But so,
Okay.
So you're an Omega, right?
To the day I die, man.
There have been some incidents. Go ahead. You want to lay the story out?
Yeah, I do. I'll lay it out right now, man. We got a guy who was in New York City,
right?
Pretty permanent guy, 45 years old. Tony, what's Tony's last name? We're gonna worry.
Man, nobody give a damn, man. What happened?
45 years old. He was pledging Omega Psi Phi fraternity. That's what the report says.
At 45.
At 45 years old.
Right.
And he took wood. That's not the. Wait a minute, Rashad. Wait.
You need to explain.
Wait a minute.
He took some.
Wood is good. He took some wood.
What in the hell?
Wood is good. Okay, I'm a little bit older than you guys, so let me go with this here. 45 years old. Tony has 2 teenage kids, and he went over to somebody's house, and he took some wood. This is allegedly alleged, because you taught me that you got to say alleged. You got to say alleged. He said he took 200 hits.
Oh, no.
For Nicole.
No.
200 hits. No. 200 pedals with the pedal. That's what he said. And he was bruised up and battered.
Yeah.
He said he was drunk. It had been a long night of drinking.
Yeah.
But Rashad, I'm going to tell you something. Ain't that much drinking in the world. I've never heard of a cat being hazed up and who can stay in the cut for 200 licks.
First of all, he was pledging graduate chapter. Okay. Now, here's my question, because he was almost a fellow brother.
Tony Gates.
So he's not a fellow brother. He was pledging. He has not crossed, right?
This is my thing.
They need to give him an honorary position.
What'd you say now? Say that one more
time. They need to give it to him honorary. Oh,
no.
I thought you were about to say that he wasn't. Well, I don't know. Well, is he not going to get his letters?
Let me tell you something. In reading of the story.
Not after he done snitched. Come on, you can't
yes, you will get your.
Well, Rashad, when we came here earlier, Nicole had went strictly New York on me.
Okay,
no, son, he ain't getting them letters.
But let me tell the story a little differently.
Okay.
Because I'm going to tell it exactly how it is. In the report.
So,
according to the report, he was hanging out. He got drunk. He goes into an apartment, and there's a bunch of black dudes who are bros.
Who are
bros, right?
Brothers.
He walks in. They tell him to put on the blindfold. Dude puts on the blindfold. Mistake number 1. Okay,
I got you.
Number 2, they tell him to bend over. According to the police report, he complied and he bent over. And then they proceeded. This is all in the report, man.
Save your fraternity right now.
All in the report, man. They proceeded to beat him. Exactly.
Yeah.
They beat him, according to the report, with paddles and their bare hands up to 200 times. I got a problem with the 200 times thing, because I don't know if a brother's sitting there counting how many times it happened.
He said he was drunk.
Is 200 the number, Mitchell?
Right. 200 was the number he said in the report.
But is that like some kind of?
Is 200
is that
the
a
number?
Thing?
No, it's not. I've never heard of that before. But
so he gets beaten.
I don't know the significance of 200.
Listen, guys, he has to go to the hospital. He's hospitalized that same night. Cop comes in and says, "Man, who did this to you?" Okay, because dude can barely sit down. And he snitches on the bros.
What did you say? He snitches?
Yeah, he was dry snitching. Now, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He straight snitched.
Okay.
The follow-up report says that the cops cannot get in touch with him now. I need us to find Tony Gates or Tory Gates, whatever his name is.
His name
Social media hadn't found him?
Yeah, they said that they were trying to look for him.
Tory
they cannot
Gates.
find him.
Tory Gates. And guess what they said, Rashad? He's a nice. They said he's a nice-sized guy, big guy. But I've never heard of somebody. Were they your father, your mother, your father whooping you with their bare hands? I've never heard of somebody spanking you with their bare hands.
I don't think they
Are you
like
sure
them.
that was a brother of Omega Sapphire? You were just doing some stuff on your own time, because that doesn't sound like.
The shade ain't gonna work with this, Mitchell.
Well, it ain't no shade. There's no shade. There's no shade. Let me tell you something. And you know what? Like you said, he's 45 years old. He's no spring chicken. He's not 18, 19 years old in undergrad. He's 45 years old. You're in somebody's Rashad. Brownstones in that area are running for $1 million, $4 million, $5 million. You come up in somebody's brownstone and taking a beating like that, son. That's not Omega Sapphire. No, we don't participate in that. Absolutely not.
Well,
I'm looking the camera dead. I'm looking dead in the camera and said, no, the brothers of Omega Sapphire don't participate.
Yeah, regardless.
No way.
I
no
have
how.
questions.
What's your questions?
My question is, why would you allow yourself to be blindfolded and comply with somebody telling you to bend over in a room full of other men?
Yeah, I got a problem with that.
My first statement would have been,
whoa,
hell to the no.
Right.
And
you don't need to please nothing because
I can't go for none of that. The other question is, bro, they hit you 200 times and you didn't hit back once? I don't understand this. I thought I would have been hit bros back like I thought this was part of the game.
I thought that was part. You hit me
right.
and I hit you back.
Right.
I'm coming up out the cut. But I don't. I mean,
Were you hazed?
I don't know what you're talking about, Rashad. I have no idea.
You cannot confirm or deny.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
Let me say one thing. The brothers of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated are vehemently opposed to hazing.
All right. There it is. That's on the record.
The brothers
on the record.
Good job.
Definitely.
We are vehemently opposed to hazing.
Good job. What else we got?
But if there's a fraternity where you would get hazed.
Well, you know what? You know what? I'm sorry, man. I have to throw them. Rashad, you know what? And I will tell you, if there's a fraternity that again, we are vehemently opposed.
Right, yes, we got
it. And let me tell you why I can see
since
this happening.
The 90s, yes.
Because Qs think they the shit no matter what age. They can be 89, on the deathbed, about to die.
It was out of hot.
Viagra prescription ran out, nothing going on. But I'm a Q.
I'm a Q.
And
I'm a Q.
Yeah.
That's why I could see this guy at this age going through that.
I'm sorry, I had to get the tongue.
All right, let's go to Cardi B and Offset. So obviously everyone knows.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Is anybody
yes, you do.
looking at the Runner Show?
All right. Now, damn the Runner Show. We're going to talk about Cardi B
get on me
and
about
Offset.
not doing this. I do it, and we're all okay.
And let me
Right,
say thank
good.
you, and you do a great job of
You
doing
do
it.
awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
I
This is
review
why.
it before every program.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
All right. So Offset did something that some people say was kind of stalkerish or very lovely. He interrupted Cardi B at work. So she was singing her song. The first female to headline that venue, by the way. He interrupts it, taking the shine and the glory from this female entertainer who's wonderful. I love Cardi B. There's something special about Cardi B.
Have you met her?
I've never met Cardi B.
Oh.
I've met Offset. I've never met Cardi B.
Oh, okay.
So, and I'm friends with Offset's dad, okay? Now, Offset comes out, $15,000 worth of flowers. He's cheated on her. It's been made public. She's had the baby. She's left him. The question is he a changed man, and should she accept him back?
My wife, Rashad, we were driving when this story came about. My wife said to Cole, don't you ever disturb nobody at work.
Let me say this.
That man love struck, man.
Let me say this.
Well, if he was love struck, Rashad, he would have kept his little pecker in his pants where it belonged.
Y'all want to go there?
Well, we were there now.
Nicole.
And I'm not, go Nicole.
I have a problem with the whole narrative of this conversation and how people are trying to frame it. And, I had heard rumors. I wasn't sure that black men and black women were having relationship problems. I was like,
Black men and black women.
Let me finish, please, sir. Can I finish?
That's their Republican.
Oh, my God. And I was like, we're just like anybody else. But this conversation that has framed this whole incident with Cardi and offstage, this lets me know that we got some serious problems on both sides. I've never seen I hate to do this because y'all know I'm sister down to the end. I love black women. I'm a black woman. I was raised by one. I've had many in my life that have been down for me in the cut. Having said that, I think some of y'all are being so overdramatic with this situation. I think many of us are projecting about our own relationships. A lot of us want Cardi to leave this man when you ain't left the other man that you laying up with, he didn't even apologize to you. You couldn't even get a pepper with the 2-piece of the strawberry drink. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you want Cardi to do something that you never had enough nerve to do.
Why you gonna bring Church's chicken into it?
Right.
Why you gonna
but
bring
see, here's the problem. Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is the problem. Let me tell you why he's the problem. Because when Kobe Bryant cheated on his woman, Kobe Bryant went and got a real diamond ring. And this diamond ring costs a whole lot more than that $15,000 worth of flowers that Offset brought to the stage. Kobe Bryant has set the standard.
How much was that ring?
How much was the ring?
I don't know. It was a purple diamond, too,
It was
beautiful.
insane. It was a lot of money. But Offset coming through with $15,000 worth of flowers, that's not going to do it.
You know what? I heard, again, I hate to tell people this.
Yeah.
God, I can't believe it. I listen to your show every day. And I was listening to your show. And one of the callers said,
you want to pretend like you don't.
I don't. One of the callers said, man, you got to give that sister time to heal.
Yeah.
I'm not saying leave him. I'm not saying, because that's
I personally think they still screwing every night. I don't think I personally
How much was
think
the ring?
they still
What? Say that again, sir.
personally.
$4 million. Okay.
Mr. Producer, next time you come out the figure with $4 million, we're going to get you right up out of here.
Yeah.
$4 million?
For a $4 million diamond ring.
Okay.
She still could have got the ring and still been gone. I don't think that has anything to do with why she stayed.
What?
I don't.
Kobe Bryant was on
I
trial for raping a white woman that he admitted that he had sex with. I don't believe he ever raped
And not
her.
just
I never believed
regular
that.
sex. It was
Right. It was anal, according to the report.
remember that conversation?
Right. It was crazy. Anyway, I mean, it is safe sex in some way.
Shout out to the chat room, by the way. We see you.
Okay, so Kobe Bryant gets a $4 million ring. Offset comes through with $15,000 worth of flowers.
I heard you say something that was really funny. And those flowers will be dead by
And
Friday.
they'll be dead, right. They'll be dead by Friday.
But
They were beautiful.
They were nice.
Oh, okay.
They were beautiful.
But did you hear what he was saying? Did anybody hear?
You couldn't really hear, but he was apologizing.
He was like, no, seriously. This is exactly what he said. He said, bruh, I need you to come back, bruh.
Right.
I mean,
Bruh.
He was calling her bruh.
That's the way
But
some of
that's
folks
what that
talk.
No, Rashad. That
Y'all don't
young,
get to decide how they talk to each
That's
other.
the
kill
love of
me
your
with
life,
all of
man.
this.
that
Bruh,
young,
you
that,
call a man, bruh.
that young generation,
That's a
everybody is
different-
bruh.
That's what I put. Now that's one place where I put it on the generation.
Yeah.
And probably some older folks too.
Bruh.
Yeah, some folks in relationship they be
You-
called every type of thing.
Wait a minute.
It's still there.
I have never heard a millennial or anyone else when
have.
talking to their woman.
Yes,
I
I have.
Like if they're mad, they'll say so, bruh.
No.
But
That
this man was trying to be romantic.
Well, that was his romantic.
That may be his
that may be
thing
his-
though.
I'll tell you this, though. Offset lucky I got a little situation because if I didn't, it'd be me and Cardi B. It would be me.
Do you have any? That's that man's wife.
Hey, man,
Rashad.
look, that's a special woman. I've been saying that. Y'all been joning me about Cardi B since day one. I told y'all last year.
y'all?
Who? I've
Yeah,
never,
people
I've
calling
never
the
heard-
show, talking about how ignorant she is. She young. She just needs a nice, good man.
And the conversation they're having where they're saying it was abusive that he came on stage. It's a sign of abuse. I think some people are so overdramatic.
I agree with you, Nicole. I agree with you.
I can't
I
even
don't
deal with the
I
conversation.
think abusive people will do things like that, but I also believe
If you're
people
trying
that
to
are
get
love
your
struck-
wife back,
Right.
that's something
I
you
think-
might do.
I think folks that are love struck would do the exact same
And,
thing.
I agree.
and sometimes in these relationships, if he or she don't come and say nothing, then you like,
Well,
You
you know
didn't
what,
even
Nicole?
say nothing.
Sometimes, like you said, and I heard a guy made a very good point about that. Sometimes, man, you need to process these emotions that you're having. You're not even giving her a chance to process really what
we
she
don't
feels.
know. We just,
No.
but what I'm saying is, we're looking from the outside. Like I said, I personally believe they still together every night getting it on. I personally believe that.
And listen,
so us
obviously
talking
that
about
could
she
be
needs
true.
time. We don't know what time
But
she needs
let's-
because we don't know their relationship.
Well, all of
That's
this,
what- that's what
but
this is
that's
a
all
talk.
of this is speculation.
This is speculation.
But
Definitely.
typically in a relationship, what really happens, and this is me doing
It's like people think they
this
know.
is me doing the therapist thing.
Yeah,
but
it's not.
back to back to real relationships based on experience. When a woman knows, when a woman knows that you're manipulative and that you are lying, that you would cheat, everything you do to get her back after you've been caught for the umpteenth time is interpreted as another act of manipulation, as another act of trying to get your way, as another act of trying to trick her back like you've done 100 times before. So when a woman is at that phase where she cannot look at you for anything good that you may offer at that moment, there does need to be a time of healing, because all of your sincere efforts will be misinterpreted as one thing, and that is manipulation.
Yeah.
But that's whatever your effort is going to be manipulation, because you want the person back. However you want to frame it or call it, whatever, even if you change, you still are manipulating the situation to get your situation. Maybe that's not the word you want to use, but it all boils down to that.
Well, manipulation usually means there's something nefarious. And so if your agenda is pure, that doesn't mean you don't have an agenda. That just means you have a pure agenda, right? So everybody has an agenda. So, yes, it still is agenda-laced. And some people complain that he was talking about, I want this for my birthday. Like they were saying, well, that's selfish of you.
I'm so sick of people.
I was like, to me, that's just over-analytical.
I wish them the very, very best.
Whatever that is.
Whatever their relationship is,
yeah.
I wish them if it's splitting up, if that's the best, what you have at that time, that's it. If it's coming back together and having a healthy relationship, because they have a beautiful child.
Right.
You know,
I personally hope that and this is personally.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah, leave him, get on. You can pull anybody you want. You the hottest chick in the game right now, period.
But it's only one.
In the game right now. Like,
Offset.
wait a minute. You don't think so?
No, she.
Well, okay, well, I think so.
No,
I think she's the hottest chick in the game.
Who's hotter than Cardi B to you?
For anything she wants.
Who's hotter than Cardi B? Nicki Minaj? No. That's yesterday's news.
Okay, we're gonna stop this.
That's yesterday's news.
Okay, let me talk to the people that rolling out.
Let's get some of our chat room.
Right. Okay, so
who's in the chat room?
Who's the hot?
Robert Connolly, who says, he just look. I'm sorry, the screen went.
It's cool. Just somebody else
scrolled up. So Robert Connolly said, he doesn't call his lady bro. She's sweetheart to him. And then he says, yeah, Cardi B is special, short but special. But that bank account shows that she got some type of sense. Whatever. I don't know why people try to shade. This woman is not a dumb woman. Trust that.
Is she doing it financially?
Oh my God.
I'm not very
right.
Yeah, because Nicki Minaj was pulling down a couple of years ago. She was doing 32.
Listen, I love Nicki. I love Nicki Minaj.
And Nicki can get back on top.
But
how old is she?
Cardi B.
How old is she?
Is the new
34?
hotness.
Is she 34?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think she can get. I don't think she's there now, but I think she can.
Who was it that destroyed Nicki in that rap battle? Remy Ma.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh my God, I feel bad for the.
Thank you.
No, Remy Ma destroyed
I am not a Remy Ma fan.
I know you don't have to be, but
she
in
can't rap. Her
in that
flow
cipher,
whack.
Come on, man.
I didn't think that's whatever.
You didn't think?
I didn't think it was all of that. I just didn't.
Oh my God.
That's just me.
I thought it was gonna start the next East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah, I just didn't think.
You don't know about any of this, do you? Mitchell is like, exactly.
I heard it on your show. I heard somebody talk about it on your show.
All right, we got to roll. We'll come back. Sucker free, Rashad, Richey, and friends.
30 million people have been diagnosed with diabetes and 75 million with high blood pressure. Let's talk about the importance of cleaning the blood. 50 years of scientific research have shown that garlic, when taken in the right amount, can help to lower blood pressure, sugar level, and cholesterol, all while providing energy. How? Through cleansing, regulating, and replenishing the blood. Garlic alone is powerful, but for over 41 years, we've discovered that by combining garlic, aloe, and parsley together, we help the body to clean the blood even better. You can clean excess sugar, cholesterol, and waste from the blood and promote better circulation. So don't delay. Do it today. Get your bottle of Gap Pills. Normally sells for $49.95. But if you use the promo word HEALTH, you get $10 off. Visit us at aloeheals.com or call us at 404-996-6942.
What's up, guys? This is Lipstick and Cognac. Starting on Tuesday, you guys will be on rollingout.com and on our Facebook page, giving you all the tea you need for relationships. Here to help you out, man. Make sure y'all tune in from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Want to watch your favorite talk show, Lipstick and Cognac. Here with that dynamic duo. You don't want to miss Lipstick, Shadio Comics, and just Cognac Till Like It Is personality, man. It's going to be a great time. Make sure y'all tune in. Tune in on rollnout.com. There's ROLLINGOUT.com. And also on Facebook, Rolling Out Facebook, man. It's going to be a great time. Y'all don't want to miss this. Great laugh, great talks, realness, truth. Man, we ain't really some expert. We know what we talking about. So make sure y'all tune in. Rollnout.com, man. Lipstick and Cognac.
Welcome back, Sucka Free Rashad, Richey and friends. Preachers, pastors, you're man of God. Hallelujah. Come on, somebody. I need you to reach down real deep. Because Rev need a $2 million jet.
$2 million.
I need a backup jet and regular jet.
Well, Nicole, if Rashad is on a $2 million jet, let
For
me
the
ask
ministry.
You, please do not get on that jet. That's a 1964.
I need a $10 million
Are you
jet.
talking about Pastor?
I don't know.
Are you talking about Pastor John Gray?
Well, John Gray. John Gray, if you remember, John Gray was kind of buddy-buddy with Trump and got into some controversy for that.
Okay.
And he came out and said, hey, I knew some people would criticize me. It wasn't meant to offend other groups that he has marginalized. He fixed it real nice. And he basically said, hey, I was led by God to do exactly what I did. Well, there's another situation, and hopefully he's led by God here as well. But he buys his wife
a $200,000 Lamborghini SUV.
I didn't even know they made those.
You just found out.
Why would you get that? You can get a Bentley for that, can't you? Right?
That's what maybe her dream car. But anyway, this Pastor John Gray he's the pastor of Relentless Church in Greenville, South Carolina.
Yep.
He is 35 years old. Buys his wife a $200,000 Lamborghini.
Awesome
SUV. And everybody is going wild, going crazy about this, Nicole, Rashad.
Did he buy it with his own money or the church's money?
Now listen to this. This is the great thing. He said, I haven't used a nickel from the church. He said, I write books.
Right.
And he's on television.
That's right.
And so he said, this is
and
what
he speaks.
And he speaks all over the country.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, Nicole, is
I
this
wouldn't
here.
have defended anything, though.
You know what? You're the fifth person who I ran this by. They said they wouldn't have defended anything.
I would not have.
He said, man, and guess what, Rashad? He didn't pay cash for it. He still has some payments. He bought the car, but he said the people have gone crazy about this guy buying his wife. But Rashad, they're not wealthy people by no stretch of the imagination.
What
They're
do you
not
mean?
they're not wealthy people. Like he said, man, we were homeless up until like.
But I'm talking about now, all of that. That's how the conversation gets clouded.
I asked you, did you want to present the story? You said no. I'm giving you the facts of the story. Oh, you
fight?
That ain't no fight. She just like I can just see. I'm just saying. He said
exactly.
She
right.
looking at me like in her mouth is moving like a twitching. But no, he said he's not a wealthy guy. He has payments. He put this down with his wife. I mean, he bought the vehicle. And everybody in the ministry, everybody outside of their ministry has a major problem with it.
Okay. Nicole?
I just think I would not have been defending a thing.
I agree with you.
I would not have. I think for him to now talk about they're not wealthy, I think now he's clouding the issue. And now you're sounding stupid.
I would argue that.
Yeah,
what do you mean
now you're sounding stupid because to buy that and you're not wealthy, now you're really stupid.
Yeah.
And just shut up. I bought it for my wife. You presented it to us. See, he messed up when he showed it to the congregation and made it a whole big thing.
I agree with you.
You know, he could have just gave her the
nobody
car.
else got it. They're like, no, not Pastor. I love you up until that point.
He could have just gave it to her and not went through everything he did to show it to her in public.
I got mixed feelings
I
here.
would not be defending it. It is what it is.
Let me tell you my
And if you
mixed
don't go to
feelings.
his church and you're not putting the money in the thing, because that's my problem with people when it comes to this type of conversation around the church. People coming with, oh, this is why people don't go to church. Them people didn't want to go anyway. I'm going through mad hell right now with my church, Central United Methodist, the only one left by the dome, with this new pastor and the people over the welcome committee who ain't shit. But I'm not leaving my church. I was born there. I've been there all my life. My family has a room that they paid for up in the new part of the bill, all of that. So nobody's going to run me off. I'm not going to have that conversation of, oh, this is why I'm not coming to church. No, I'm not coming because y'all pissing me off right now, but I still love the church and I know the Lord has been good to me. So let's talk about that conversation that comes about
Let me tell you, just from an authentic place, I have mixed feelings, right? So I have mixed
Or
feelings
not.
about it. And
The producer, when Nicole said that.
yeah. Here's the mixed feeling, because on one hand, this brother absolutely earns his wealth. He does have more money than the average person. I don't know why he came out talking about he's not wealthy, etc. He may not be wealthy based on his definition of wealth, but he is definitely more successful than the average person. So here's my mixed feelings. On one hand, the brother works hard. He's a national speaker. He has other businesses. He can absolutely afford the $200,000 car, and he gets paid from the church as well. So I believe him when he says he hasn't used a dime of church money, and that's fine. And I feel as if when you are a black preacher, you are held at some standard that says you should not make money. And I have a problem with that, because Joel Osteen, his church, his mega church, they don't take up a collection, okay? They charge you to come to church. So literally, you have to pay in order to get inside, because he said it was taking 2 hours, which is correct. He has so many members. It was taking 2 hours just to do collection. I have never heard a news story about you having to pay to go to Joel Osteen's church. But that's literally the way they work around you not taking collection during the service.
But you may not have heard a news story, but folks, they talk
Well,
about
folks,
all these
but
mega
this is a
preachers.
news story.
Nicole.
Right, yeah.
This dude brought his wife a car with his own damn money, and it's
Right.
a news story.
And he put it out
Right.
on
And I don't mind.
What if he was charging folks to come inside the church?
Nicole.
That would be.
It'd be a
never
news
heard
story.
of that.
Rashad, let me say one thing.
And I love Mr. Rogers too.
Mr. Rogers.
Joel Osteen.
Okay, then, Mr. Okay. Let me say one thing. Rashad, I would be very, very careful putting that out there unless you know that to be true. Because that was the wait a minute, Rashad.
Putting what out there?
Putting out they charge people to come
Well,
to church
he
at
said-
Joel
no,
Osteen.
hold on,
Now,
hold
let me
on.
say, because that was the same thing that was said about World Changes Church.
No, sir.
No, I've
No,
never
sir.
heard that about
If you
World
give me
Change.
a
Brother,
chance.
go ahead. Go ahead and
If
say
you
what
give
you're
me
going
a
to say.
chance.
I
That
do
was
something
the-
called research.
That was the same thing. That was the same thing over the years that was said about
was
World
nuts.
Changes
I've never
Church
heard that.
International. That
Okay.
people had to see your tax returns for
Yeah,
you to be
so
a member of that.
I've never
and
said
that is
that.
totally untrue.
That's
But-
totally different from
Okay, but
charging
why
people to
are
come
you
to the
even
church.
introducing that? So here's the
No, I'm
issue.
saying unless you know that to be true.
I know it to be true because Joel Osteen said it when he was criticized internally for it. That's why I know it to be true. Joel Osteen said, here's why we do this. Because he said people are talking about us doing this. Here's why we do it. And when he explained it, it made sense. He said, we can't stop service 2 hours. Have you seen how many people come to that
Yeah,
church?
yeah.
He said it takes too long to take up collection the regular way. That's why when you walk in, there's a way to do it then. And I think if I remember right,
So
the
what you're
minimum,
saying is
hold
they
on,
take
hold on,
com-
guys, hold
Okay.
on. I think if I remember right, there was a minimum of $10 because there's an assumption that everybody makes at least $100, and that's the time.
That's the time.
Right? But that Joel Osteen explained it himself on a particular Sunday. And this was a few years ago, so I'm not saying the practice has continued, but I was watching the program the day he explained it.
So what you're actually saying, Rashad, is they take collection as you're walking in. They don't
But-
charge you to come to church.
Right.
They take collection.
Now, is
I don't
that,
know
that's
if what
that's
you're saying
called
now. Is that what you're saying?
that's called a distinction without a difference. If you're walking into the church and there's somebody saying, "Listen, here's the minimum fee for Jesus here," you have to pay. Because there are just some churches, Jesus is way too expensive. At least $10 is workable for everybody.
Let me.
I mean, that's real. There's some places where you get 4 or 5 collections. You got the building fund. Can we not act like this isn't a reality? And it's too much money. I have spoken at churches. I speak at churches all the time on Sunday. And they're going to get one damn collection. Now, sometimes I will split up my $5 bills. Because, hold on. I'm trying to tell you how to do this. Because if you already know they're going to take it up 4 times and you plan to give $20, just make sure you stop somewhere. Get them to break that. Why are you looking like that, Nicole?
just
Get them
letting
to
you
break
finish.
that 20. And that way, you put $5 for every fund every time that
I do
basket
know some
comes to
churches
you.
that do that. They don't do that at my church. There's just
Several offerings.
one offering.
Come on, y'all.
And
Everybody
then we
has
have the
been-
envelope. Well, you know, the Methodist church has the envelope where you can check if it's for building or what's the other thing they have on the envelope? I forgot.
Pastor's fund or something.
They don't have that
They
on
don't
that.
have-
Hey,
See, here we go.
Check box number 3.
But see,
Here.
and the great thing, you remember New Birth back in the day, Nicole, Eddie Long did not get a salary. You donated. You can make a donation to the pastor.
Can I tell you
But
that I would go to New Birth right now with
eliminated the
Jamal?
salary
Did y'all
cap.
see the Jamal Bryant interview?
what it
That
did.
was, tell me when the lady did when he was interviewed on stage, when he was being interviewed by
Yeah, with Rashad Ali. That interview,
Jamal Bryant. That's what you're talking about.
What's the name of that church?
New Birth.
New Birth
was
Missionary
not so far.
Baptist Church.
I would probably venture and go there a
So
couple
Jamal
of Sundays.
Bryant brought the house down. He's a pastor from Baltimore. He will be on my show the first part of next year. So him and I have been conversing since day one. He came to the studio on the day that I was on vacation. Remember
Hoes
that?
ain't loyal.
So, right. I know he said that in the church. So him and I were text messaging. Let me tell you an interesting story. So we were text messaging leading up to his first Sunday preaching at New Birth. Man, I ran into the dude. I ran into Jamal Bryant again over at the suit store. I went to a suit store in Buckhead called Connoisseur. One of my college students works there. And I told him, if you do great on your
Baller.
Now listen, if you do great on your final exam, I'll come through there and buy a suit from you.
This is not those range tree suits. I mean the long ones like
No,
Steve Harvey
brother,
used
these
to
Sir,
are
wear.
I don't know
real-
where you've been.
These are not
but
those
the
suits.
Rashad Richey current. I'm using Jacquees. Current.
The current generation of
Buying
Rashad
the
Richey.
suit. I mean, the
Right.
suit game is
Oh,
on
that's right.
point.
Is it-
Yes.
So it's a great place. Ran into Jamal Bryant over
Baller.
there again. We talked a little bit. But, I do leadership talks every month at the university. So we got former Mayor Shirley Franklin in January. And in February, we have Jamal Bryant. Jamal Bryant will sit down with me, and we're going to have an intimate conversation.
Is he gonna take a collection?
He's not going to take a collection. Listen, wait a minute.
I make something
Wait a minute. When somebody saw, I took a picture with Jamal Bryant the first day he came to Atlanta. I had on my Clark Atlanta University jersey. We took a picture together, and the comments were crazy. The first comment that popped up, I felt so bad because he was tagged on the picture. The first comment that popped up, it said, I bet Jamal just asked you where them hoes at. I said, y'all so wrong for that.
He's a Kappa. He loves his K side. He went to Morehouse.
Yeah, I mean,
he
he's
went to
coming
Morehouse,
back
yeah.
to Atlanta. Remember,
he's
this is
coming
not
back,
his
yeah,
first time in Atlanta.
Right.
But I just was like, man, they can't even get a brother a chance.
Hey man.
Get a brother a chance.
And it's also the age of social media. Like I said, social media is not for the meek.
Yeah.
You better be ready coming out there on
Should
any
I-
type of platform.
Should I ask Jamal? Because during leadership talks, we have the big screen. We can run videos, pictures, and all that. You remember that scene where the quote-unquote gangster tried to chump off Jamal Bryant, saying, I don't want you in my neighborhood. But
You
first
should
of all,
ask him about all of that.
yeah, because, a real G, here's the thing. I've been a G for a number of years.
What is a G?
A real gangster gets no points for chumping off a pastor, knocking on doors and telling people about Jesus. I don't care how much you disagree with that pastor's wealth.
But I don't even think that wasn't the situation though. Remember everything that was going on. Freddie Gray was happening in Baltimore, and
But
Baltimore
he gave voice to it.
right. And well, they felt like he hadn't been in the hood before now, and that he was doing it all to be seen, to get notoriety, to be on
But
TV.
he took a
all
side,
of
and I
that.
get that, but he
So-
took a side in the
And they were like, "Where were you
narrative.
before now?"
Before
That
now,
was
right.
their conversation.
But the thing is, my whole thing is, okay, maybe he wasn't here, but he's here now, and we can use his
Yeah.
help. We can use his help.
platform.
But the hood don't see it that way.
Well, that one lame. Now, I'm tell you something, man. Dude is not a real G. Dude was flexing in front of his homies.
Probably was.
He knew that Jamal Bryant
Just
was
like
by
he thought
himself.
Jamal was flexing in front of his
Yeah, well,
homies.
still. But that man, we got to pull up. I wish we had video here so I could show y'all how Reverend Sharpton dealt with a gangster.
Oh, Reverend Sharpton.
Reverend Sharpton. This dude came out. Reverend Sharpton had on his little small tailor-made suits, and
He
this
wears some
dude
nice suits though.
he
They
does
are
have nice
small.
suits. So this dude came out right before Reverend Sharpton went into the building, and Rev said, "Whoa."
And it was dramatic the
It
way
was
he did
real
it, too.
dramatic.
It
Dude,
was
he
I haven't
pushed
seen
dude
it.
off him like see, you forget that he from New York for real.
Yeah, man.
Right. He hasn't forgotten.
Harlem.
Harlem, New York. Jamal Bryant. You giving Jamal Bryant a chance. I'm giving the brother a chance. I'm glad.
yeah, man. Everybody.
I may
I'm
go
glad
to
he's
the
in Atlanta.
church.
Yeah, man.
That just and
I
I'm saying
watched
that
the
I probably
streaming.
won't.
I watched
'cause it's
the.
just
I watched
too
the.
far.
I watched the video.
Yeah,
It
I
was-
watched
That's
the
right,
streaming.
They do stream. They
Yeah,
do
they
Yeah,
do
stream.
stream.
it was
They do
great.
stream.
And the man packed the church out.
Yes.
That church has not been packed out like that since Bishop Long died. He
since before Bishop Long
since-
died.
Right. Since,
They just weren't showing it. Remember, go. Used to be a time
Jimmy-
when they
Well,
were showing his.
right, it was-
You show the whole church. Then they
Yeah.
start going in right
that
up
one
on
row.
him.
It was
And-
number
and-
one.
And you knew it was a problem.
It was number
you better
women,
sit in
a
these
few
first.
men.
You better sit in these first 3 rows. Remember Jimmy Swaggart when Jimmy Swaggart did? You remember when he
That's
did
a
his dirt?
throwback.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy
but yeah,
Swaggart.
Jimmy Swaggart church used to be packed. But
Yeah.
Rashad, you need to sit on these first 3 rows, and that's where the camera's going to be on those first 2 rows. But you brought that was a great interview. I can't wait to hear the interview with Pastor Brian. I can't wait to hear Shirley Franklin's interview.
Shirley is ready. I'm
Oh,
doing
man.
that on the last day of January. So we got time to promote it. You guys will hear about it. But Shirley Franklin, for the first time ever, will talk about it all, including the investigation into City Hall, including her endorsement of Mary Norwood over Keisha Lance Bottoms.
Could you ask one question?
That's
to me?
a real conversation.
Yeah, that's a real
to
question.
have.
Yeah.
And could you ask her a question when a mayor, especially a black female mayor, leaves the city of Atlanta as the mayor, why she couldn't find really employment opportunities or big time opportunities?
That is not uncommon because remember
Maynard couldn't.
Maynard
get
could
it
not
done.
find employment
Right.
in the city of Atlanta.
No, but she did such a fantastic job. A lot of corporations.
But
would-
so did Maynard.
Yeah,
And he
yeah, I
was
agree with
brilliant.
you.
Everybody
Yeah.
agreed that he was,
was
probably
brilliant.
the most brilliant person they've ever met. And he could not be employed in the city after
had
he
to
was
leave and
mayor.
go to Chicago.
We know what happened with Mayor Bill Campbell. And he's also one of the guys we talked to during leadership talks.
Mm-hmm.
First time in 16 years, he talked about everything. You can find that on YouTube. And, man, he's gone through so much. He didn't care what he said. Like, he was no holds barred whatsoever.
Kelly Robbins says every woman at new birth needs to be on birth control and have an IUD.
Oh, my God. What, because of Jamal?
You know, Kelly.
Come on. Kelly.
What we
Let
gonna
me
do
let me
with
see
Kelly
that damn
Robbins?
thing. Hand me that. God damn it. Let me read Kelly.
And no code did not set-
Kelly, you should
Right
be
up in
ashamed
there
of yourself.
Kelly,
Okay.
she's hard on him. She's hard
Then
on
she
him.
then she said Jamal likes to make deposits.
Don't listen to Why would you
Damn,
read
Kelly.
it?
But y'all going in.
They go in that chat room. Please make sure y'all share the live up in there. Please. Please.
I can't read some of this stuff.
Right.
All right, man. Let's talk.
But shout
man.
out to the chat
Okay,
room,
and
though.
Robert says no. Joel is charging them to come to the church.
Oh, okay.
Brother Rashad is not lying.
No,
Yeah.
he said Brother Ra, like y'all cool
Hey,
like
you know,
that.
but you know what I'm
Brother
saying.
Ra.
Whatever, man. I've been called worse.
Yeah.
No, I know.
Yeah,
And Joel Osteen, you know what? It's
he's a great preacher, by the way. Joel Osteen is a remarkable preacher.
I like his style. I love the whole Mr. Rogers.
Hey. This is my Bible. I am who it says I am. I can do what it says I can do.
Yes.
Come on, man.
Glory.
Tell me that hasn't motivated you when you needed
But
to hear
see,
it.
I did kind of get a sour taste when that whole thing happened with the hurricane, and he closed the
Hey, man.
church and pretended like the
He
church
was like, "Whoa, wait a
swamped
minute.
with water, and
Wait a
then
minute. Then somebody took a
regular
picture
folks
of it.
were like
They're like,
going down there.
"Ah."
They were like, what, and showing Facebook Live like, no, there's
Do you remember?
not like there's like a bucket of water around the church.
Yeah, and then they opened
So,
it after that.
Yes.
Do you remember when he was trying to evangelize to a porn star and they televised it?
I don't remember that.
It was just so ridiculous. So he was talking to this porn star. I don't know who set this up. I guess it was just good TV. White female porn star. And he's sitting there trying to ask her about why she does this. And he was basically saying that she was lacking something, that she was not whole. And she was like, no, I'm good, Joe. Actually, I'm really good.
Exactly.
And
We
so-
good over here.
Right. And like
we good over here.
I promise you, he left that situation defeated. There's another guy who is always anti-Christian, and that's our beloved Bill Maher. So Bill Maher, white liberal atheist, right?
yes.
He went on. He did a documentary where he was trying to basically debunk this whole thing about God.
Yeah.
You remember that documentary? Very popular documentary amongst liberals. And so he goes to the Holy Land experience. I think it's in Florida, like the Trinity, the Trinity Holy
Trinity
Land.
Broadcasting,
The
right.
Trinity Broadcasting has this thing where they take children, and it's all historically inaccurate. Got like the white Jesus, just insane. All right, so the white Jesus comes up to Bill Maher, and we got to wrap it up. I'll tell you on the other side. You're getting real with the realest man, sucker free.
Did you know 30 million people have been diagnosed with diabetes and 75 million with high blood pressure? Let's talk about the importance of cleaning the blood. 50 years of scientific research have shown that garlic, when taken in the right amount, can help to lower blood pressure, sugar level, and cholesterol, all while providing energy. How? Through cleansing, regulating, and replenishing the blood. Garlic alone is powerful, but for over 41 years, we've discovered that by combining garlic, aloe, and parsley together, we help the body to clean the blood even better. You can clean excess sugar, cholesterol, and waste from the blood and promote better circulation. So don't delay. Do it today. Get your bottle of GAP pills. Normally sells for $49.95, but if you use the promo word HEALTH, you get $10 off. Visit us at aloeheals.com or call us at 404-996-6942.
What if I told you it was okay to be different? Or it's better to hustle more than you talk? Or that it doesn't matter what people think of you because nobody asked them for their opinion in the first place? Introducing Outspoken Clothes, the in-your-face, unapologetic clothing line. Check us out at outspokenclothes.com and sign up for our newsletter to get exclusive deals. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Outspoken Clothes.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm about to snitch. So during the commercial break, they were arguing for real, and we're trying to calm everything down.
I'm good.
Y'all good?
I'm good, man.
Y'all straight?
Mitch is a liar.
All right.
I'm good.
Now chill now.
You
all
gonna
right?
bring it up and you gonna say shit.
Exactly.
Look at you.
Right. So I was telling a story about Jesus. So I was.
This is
so
Shout
so
out to
Bill.
Jesus.
So Bill Maher was on his quest to prove Christianity wrong, and so he went to this Holy Land experience. There was a white Jesus. I'm like, okay, this is not a good representation right now. And he goes up to this white Jesus and he says, white Jesus, help me understand how God is a spirit and how he is a man and how does all of this work? And so white Jesus actually responded. And white Jesus says, well, Bill, hold on, let me get it right. He said, well, Bill, God is kind of like water. No, I'm serious. This is exactly how he said it. Now you need to go back and watch the documentary. He said, well, Bill, God is kind of like water. Water can be a liquid. Water can be a solid. Water can be a gas. But, Bill, it is all still water. And Bill Maher looked at white Jesus and said, you have to be the smartest Christian alive. Bill said, I'm actually stumped right now. And I remember Bill walking away, confounded by the wisdom of white Jesus at the fake Trinity Land place. Then Bill Maher gets into his van, and he's talking to his producers. He was like, yeah, I thought it was smart, and then what I thought about, I was like, that's just a bunch of bullshit.
That's Bill Maher.
That's Bill Maher.
That's Bill Maher.
But he was confounded in that moment and had
He
no
always has good
response.
conversations,
But he had
though.
no response for white Jesus.
You know what to do.
White Jesus shut him down for a minute, though. He was the only person in the whole documentary that shut. And I thought it was so cool that is the rendition of Jesus that actually shut down Bill Maher.
But my problem with Bill Maher is he goes off on Christians harder than he goes off on anybody else. He's Christians and Catholics, but he's very, very kind to Muslims.
Yeah, I lost
What
love.
show has he been watching?
Well, I lost
the
love
Bill
for
Maher
Bill.
I know goes in on Muslims all the
Yeah,
time.
but Bill is selective. I don't know about the
very
religiosity because I haven't paid that much attention. But I lost love for Bill when he said that he's a nigga. That's what he said on the show. Like he can get
That
away
shut him
with it.
down for a minute
But
too.
but it did shut him down. And then it was like he didn't care. He didn't get it. See, if that was Bill O'Reilly rather than Bill Maher saying something like that, everybody would be outraged. but he thought he got a pass. See, don't let your black friends get your ass whooped. And I'm saying that to all my white liberal friends out there. Please don't get so comfortable that you think it's cool to say stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, they do because the black friends allow them to. Because
Ice
don't
Cube
understand that white folks not doing this just because it's okay.
Ice Cube came to Bill's show, and Ice Cube was like, I knew you were going to fuck up sooner or later. Like Ice Cube came in like, yeah, Bill. Yeah, I knew it was going to happen because I know you.
White folks with black friends do that because the black friends allow them. And then they get around other people. Then they get put in check. But their friends are not putting them in check.
True, and Bill Maher was interviewing a white male Republican when he said it, and I'm like, what if that white male Republican would have said exactly what Bill Maher said?
We would have been done.
Right.
Well, people always say, well, he's done so much for the people and done so much for the community. He did get a pass. He has gotten passes.
Can't rock with the guy. I don't rock with him no more because of that. I have not watched his show, and I tried, I promise you, Nicole Mitchell, I tried to watch his show because he actually had a really good show on HBO, still does. I tried to watch it, and I was cringing on the inside because I'm like, he doesn't get it. Even when Cube came to correct him, he said, people know me, Cube. People know. Exactly. They know. No, bro, you need to just say, I'm sorry. It was insensitive.
I went too far.
No, he wants to make an excuse. He wanted to brush it off. He didn't deal with it sincerely.
Kimberly Easley she says she can't with your raw language. I think because it's coming from you. If I was doing it, she'd be cool. But since you're doing it, she's like, oh, my God,
talking about
Rashad,
the N-word?
I can't take it.
That's what he said. I mean, that's contextualized in an educational moment.
For years now.
Right. Yeah, man, I curse. Somebody said, I remember I was with Senator Williams on my show. And Mark Williams, the state senator, was trying to defend Trump's use or possible use of the N-word. And he was on my show, and I said, there's no excuse. If President Trump said the N-word or was on record saying the N-word, then that means he's a racist. And it's not about the N-word being offensive. It's about the fact that if you're a leader of the free world, and that's the way you think black people are, you cannot fairly judge or rule all nations inside of this country. Now, Williams turned around and said, Rashad, do you say the N-word? I said, this ain't got nothing to do with me, Senator. Understand context matters. But that's always the flip. My context is different, and we can have that conversation. My context is different.
Do you use the N-word?
Do I say the N-word?
What's your context?
Yeah, I've said it.
I've said it a lot.
I said it 5 times before I brush my teeth. And here's the thing. If
during
you
the
say
break.
Yeah, y'all said it during the break. But here's the thing. We say the N-word. Understand what that means. If you're going around saying I can't say that word, it's because the word has power only because of the power that white people infused in it who were bigots and racists and slave owners. That's the reason why that word is so taboo to say, because of the power they themselves infused in the word. In addition to that, go back to the etymology of the word. The etymology of the word nigger or niger comes from the actual Ethiopian terminology, which means royalty or king or priest. That was the original definition and use of the word. So when white colonizers and slavers would take black nigers or niggers away from their homeland, they would use the terminology in a way to mock these black men who were part of a priestly line of kingship, etc. So they took the word, perverted the word, made the word nasty, negative, and toxic. Because of that, there has been a journey for us to understand what this word means. If somebody says to you, because if you're in the hood, you talk vernacular of the hood. Somebody says to you, what's up, man? They have no negative context whatsoever when they say that to you. It's nothing but love. That's why context matters.
Definitely.
And you can't tell me a context for a white male.
Chat room is crazy.
For a white male, seriously, for a white male to use the N-word and not meaning in a way or being sensitive. Why you laughing? Go read what they say. They give it to me.
Damn Kelly Robin, man.
I'll read it myself.
Let's see. You know, Kelly's in Florida, so if she ever gets up here, she needs to sit in with us.
Yeah. All right. So what y'all saying?
Kelly said we use FN and B and all this.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Chat room is lit. Okay. All right. So Robert, who is Robert?
I don't know. He's new. I've never seen him before.
Robert,
Have I
you're
seen
a cool
before?
dude.
Robert, I'm
You
so
cool
sorry if
by
I've
me,
seen you
bro.
before and just forgot about it. But yeah, the chat room is going on.
I'm nowhere near, and yeah, I mean the N word. I'm just missed me with that argument, but I'm nowhere near as bad as the cursing preacher. Oh my God,
Talking about
Thaddeus Mathis. Ha, damn, Thaddeus Mathis be in day.
we know Thaddeus Mathis.
Thaddeus.
Would you like to get him on the show?
You know Thaddeus?
Yeah, from Memphis, Tennessee.
You don't know Thaddeus, bro.
For the second or third time, yes, we know Thadius Mathis.
Sir,
Yes.
it will be my honor.
Seriously?
Hell to the yeah. Do y'all know Thaddeus Mathis? Listen.
We would.
Yes.
So we would have to get a producer some extra.
Our
count
12
for
words.
The,
Right,
cuss
because-
words if Thaddeus come, because Kelly already counted. Kelly said, I think y'all maxed out today.
Yeah, we have. Now, Thaddeus Mathis is a very popular Memphis radio TV guy.
Right.
And he is the funniest. I remember when I first discovered this dude, I showed Nicole, and Nicole and I just kind of went through all of his archive. We were like, there has to be more.
Right.
Right?
He cursed some woman out. He cursed a lesbian out on his show one time. I mean, the words he used, I'm like.
No, he told
and
her.
he told her, don't you play with me.
Right. Now,
Don't
what
you play with
happened,
me.
there was a lesbian woman who accused the preacher of trying to have sex with her.
Right.
And he brought her on his show, and he said, here's the true story. He didn't offer you enough money. And no, that's what he said.
That's
and
exactly what he said.
She said, no, Thaddeus. And he said, no, If he would have gave you the right price, you would have gave him some of that gay you-know-what.
And then she said, would you give him something like that?
Right.
It was something
what she said was, she said, all right, so let me ask you, Thaddeus. If he give you the right money,
Right,
you'll
would you
give him
give him
some.
some?
Now, what she said was, you'll give him some of that straight booty.
Yeah.
He, said, he did like, what you say? What you say? He said, wait, see, I was about to jump in your.
Yes. He said, don't you forget it wrong now.
Right. He said, I will whoop your
Your
ass
ass.
in the
It's
studio.
hilarious to
And
me.
I was like, wait a minute. I mean, dude was like, say it again. Do it again. Say it again.
But why you have watched it enough that you up there, you know
Man,
all the,
it's
you know
like-
the movements and everything.
Right. Everything. It's like Medicine Society where you
Right.
know everybody's
Yeah.
part.
And his glasses be kind of like down in his eye. Just
That's
a little
it
bit.
right there.
That's it. That is it right there.
Our producer just brought it up. Man, we need to get our video imagery, man, so we can go to clips and stuff. You got them sound effects working, though, son. You can play the audio. Play the audio. We're going to go live to the audio, live to Thaddeus Mathis. All right.
He's like, look, we still.
Right. But we can go live to Thaddeus.
And y'all get ready for the sucker-free moment of the week. And the
Coming
sucker
up,
of
it
the
might be
week.
Thaddeus.
Like my granddaddy, you know what I'm saying? He's a man. He's supposed to be a man of God, okay? My pastor's name is Terry Dwayne Smith Sr., okay? This been my pastor almost all my life. I ain't never had to go through that with that man, okay? Or no other man of God that I know.
Okay, and I'll say this. Even if you're dyking, okay, even if you're dyking.
Right.
Even if you're
you're
dyking.
not dyking. Charles Wright should not have gotten caught up
Right.
in that. Now, and I'll say that. Now, I think you was extorting him. I think you're trying to get some money out of him.
I don't need
Okay? Oh, yeah, I think that if he had came forth with the right amount of money, you'd have gave him some. You gave him some of that dyke coaching. Yeah, you gave him.
let me ask you this, Daddy.
Uh-huh.
If he give you some money, would you give him some of this straight booty?
Huh?
Would you
See,
give him some of this?
I almost knocked you on your ass then, okay? Okay, so don't come in, don't
I'm
get it
just
twisted,
saying,
because I'll knock you off on your ass on my show.
Saying,
Okay, I'll knock you on your ass. Okay, don't come in playing with me. 'Cause I'm wrong.
Man, you had to rehearse that part. There.
Listen, I knew it word for word, didn't I?
You had it. Yeah,
Yeah.
you almost had it all the way
Yeah,
down. Man.
and that's just the tip of the iceberg. Somebody tried to assassinate Thaddeus, and so there's a news clip, and he has a camera outside of his house. He drove up. Two guys come up to his door, and they shoot at him twice, and you can see him, running.
Let me say something. He's not like on Fox News or CBS.
It's all independent.
Yeah, it's all independent.
Right.
Let's let that be known, because you said a
But-
news personality.
No, he's a radio TV guy, like
Yeah.
Bonafide.
Yeah, he's not like on Fox and CBS. He has his own show.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got Sucker Free and Sucker Of.
Mm-hmm.
Are we doing that now?
Yeah, we only have like a few more.
All right. So Sucker Free and Sucker Of. Yeah.
Yeah. So my sucker free moment of the week. I've been listening to this podcast called Caruth, based on the Ray Caruth story, and I was hesitant at first because they made it sound like it was Ray Caruth's podcast, and I was like, this Negro doing a podcast. But anyway, it's based on his story. You learn more than you knew, and you really get to hear from Sandra Adams, who is the mother of Sharika Adams, grandmother to Chancellor Adams, and that's my sucker free moment of the week is the fact that Sonia Adams does this day in and day out, take care of Chancellor without any help, I'm sure she has family help, but she's basically doing it on her own. She was 40-something when Sharika died. That's been about 18, 19 years ago. She's now in her 60s, but she's still taking care of Chancellor. And just to hear her forgiveness, she's actually the hitman. Now, y'all got to listen to it. I'm sorry, let me break for a moment. To just hear from the hitman, who is, for lack of a better word, and I'm so sorry, hilarious. But the hitman, they've been writing back and forth, and she's forgiven him. The hitman has told her to be careful of Ray because he still won't take responsibility. And he told her in the letter that cannot be good for you or Chancellor. So that's my sucker free moment of the week. It's the fact that Sandra Adams, day in and day out, is still doing what many of us would cringe to do. But she takes it. Not once in her interview did her voice crack. Everybody else cried on this podcast. She's just a very strong, for lack of a better word, woman. And I just love her and her spirit. So Sandra Adams, wherever you are, you're my sucker free moment of the week, and I salute you.
Do you think Ray Caruth should get custody of his child?
No.
I think he should help monetarily.
No, I don't think he should. I mean, he's a horrible individual.
That's what he said he wanted to do.
Bye-bye.
He's never
Sit down, sir.
And he also came
He's
back
horrible.
and said he was letting that go.
Yeah, he's a horrible individual. He should have gotten more time than he did.
Yeah, 18, 19 years.
You got a sucker free?
I got a sucker free, man. My sucker free moment goes out to Officer Torres. And Officer Torres
DeKalb County.
DeKalb County. 24-year-old officer who was on a routine traffic stop, was shot and killed. Only out of the academy for 1 year, getting ready to get married.
Yeah.
And he was shot and killed. Not only was my sucker free, I know this may be somewhat offensive, but this was another officer who was shot in that same incident, was Indy.
The dog.
Indy the dog.
Yeah, and the dog is okay, though.
The dog is okay. He was shot in the eye, and Indy was put on the guy to go get the guy after he gunned down this young officer who had all the promise in the world.
Yeah.
So to that officer and his family and to DeKalb County, you guys are sucker-free, my sucker-free moment of the week.
Yeah. My sucker-free of the week is to a little girl who's she was burned severely, and for the holidays, she can barely talk, but for the holidays, she said that all she wanted was for people to send cards. And so I'm going to put on my Facebook page the address that you can send cards to. She doesn't want any presents. She doesn't want any money. She just wants to feel the love. And so that's my sucker-free moment of the week. All right, we got more on the other side, sucker-free. Sucker free. Okay. Suck of the week. Let me just start by saying this. My suck of the week is anyone who asks questions on Facebook that they could Google.
Is that it?
That's it. That's my sucker of the week because I'm getting sick and damn tired of my Facebook thread and inboxes full of questions that literally Google will magically give you the answer to.
People ask you a lot of stuff sometimes. I'm like,
Google has the
y'all
answer.
can find that answer
In Google.
Yes,
Sucker
Google
week.
is your friend.
Yeah.
Yes, Google is.
Well, I'll go with him. My sucker of the week has to be Mr. Tory Gates, 45 years old. And those individuals who are 45, 50, and 60 who are taking wood to be in Greek or sorority.
Being
paddled with a pedal or an open hand.
I love him.
Listen.
That sound effect shouted back
Yeah.
there.
So I tell you what, man. Pay your money because it is about the money with most of the Greek organizations. Pay your money and get your letters and become a member of the organization and not know nothing. That's it.
And possibly change your name because we all know it now.
Yep.
My suck of the week continues to be for a second week because I still ain't got my damn money back from the Cash App, folks. Y'all can keep trying to play me. I put in a dispute. You will not give me my money. And the heifer that the money was sent to, she goes ahead and cashes the money out. And Cash App is not helping me. But that's okay because my bank coming for you. My bank coming for you, Cash App.
Cash App. Okay. Yeah. Yes. All right. Make sure you guys follow us. Nicole, how can they follow us on the pages?
So first of all, we're going to be gone for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Don't cry. We'll be back. But this is going to give us enough time so that we can get up on all the major platforms of podcasts. So then in the new year, you'll find us on Stitcher, Spotify, Apple, everybody. So we're going to be doing that. We'll be enjoying our families or lack of families here during the holidays. But I'll be at a restaurant on Christmas. Y'all should meet me there. Look for my Facebook page. I'm going to tell you where I'm going to be. So that's what we'll be doing during the holidays. We're going to be gone for 2 weeks. We need to let them know.
So we're gone for 2 weeks, but I will still be on WAOK from 10 to 1 on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. Promise I made to
what
the
about
listeners.
New Year's Eve and New Year's Day?
Same thing, working both days as well. You guys follow us on the Sucker Free.
Suckerfree.com / rollingout.com / suckerfree. You can find all the videos there. Also, we've got we're on SoundCloud now. We are on SoundCloud. We've been on SoundCloud.
Social media.
We're on social media on Facebook and Instagram. Sucker Free Pod, Sucker Free Talk.
Right. And you guys can follow me, RashadRichey.com.
MitchellShelby.com.
Atlanta Sister on YouTube. And also, you know me on Facebook. Let's talk.
All right. Holla. Happy holidays.